Hey, host here is Montana, co-host over here,
Vernon, Tyus. Woo, woo.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone in entrepreneur world, entrepreneur land. So what we're going to talk about today? For absolutely nothing.
Yes.
We closing down shop. We get ready to go home. There's no more talking about nothing until next year. So y'all see y'all. Peace. No, I was kidding. All right, so entrepreneurs out there starting businesses. Blot will be having a business training course starting August the 16th. That's a Sunday from 1 to 4. If you're interested, give me a call, 216-815-7300. If you cannot do a Sunday class, we also have a Monday class from 6 to 9. That's August the 17th from 6 to 9. And we will be starting back the real estate training on August the 19th from 6 to 9.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So if you're interested in starting a group home training will be this weekend from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock at the Blot office, 503 East 200th Street. So if you want to come to a group home training, give me a call, 216-815-7300. So.
All right. I think that we need to talk to more. We talk to a lot of people that's out there in America about businesses, but I think we need to make sure that we're giving a lot more information to our members, because we got a lot more members coming in for the refresher, unscheduled refreshers. We got members coming in all during the week that haven't came to a refresher. I'm glad y'all coming in, but we're gonna talk about the reason why you starting the business and how you start one today. Is that cool?
Yes, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. We had an appointment this week, and I'm not going to beat this young lady up. What we're going to do is we're going to motivate her. It's because she came in with some wonderful ideas. She really didn't get a whole lot of things jumping before, and we talked about it before because now we can congratulate her. Mm-hmm. She had this holdback of this drawback of people, her family members, not doing business with. I know we touched on that last week, but she just happened to come in after that. She must have been watching the TV show last week.
She must have been. So thank you guys for watching us.
Yep. So she came in. She got a lot of traction. She's selling T-shirts, and all of those things. And now she's telling me that she has a consistent revenue. And I know that you can't, you cannot bleed all of the devil out of them.
Okay. So I think I know what you're talking about. But since speaking on that, she was boasting about her revenue.
Yeah. So.
And I said, can I get an application so I can come and work for her?
Yeah. But one thing that she said, and that's going to be the title of this show today. One thing that she said is that I have to take baby steps, Vernon, and no. I said, when you decide to put together a business, you have to do whatever it takes to succeed. You have to think big.
Whatever it takes,
you have
that's
to be
right.
large. You have to do whatever it takes to succeed.
What's right?
Yeah, within means.
Okay.
Within means. But
not nobody upside the head.
So so what that mean is this.
Yeah.
If I show you, or you do a business plan or an analysis where you are making 300, 400% than what you are currently making, embrace it. If somebody shows you the roadmap to that, embrace it and figure out how to approach it. It's because 300%, 500% increase is not impossible. That makes sense?
That makes sense, yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to speak to her today about that, and the rest of the members. If you thinking that you have to take your time and be extra careful when you start in your business and not take any risk, then you are still holding on to that employee mindset and not the entrepreneur mindset.
Yeah, entrepreneurs, we take tons of risks every day, all day, 24 hours a day is risk.
Yep, absolutely. In Maxwell's reading, and it's crazy that every time I read this book, it's always a day after something happens.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my Bible.
Yeah.
Okay.
He say, be willing to do what others won't. And he talked about a story of a leader that was in a country. I ain't gonna say it because it may not agree with philosophy, but I do like the activity. This activity represents something that's very powerful for us. A leader in the country was successful, and all the missionaries and all the other leaders looked at this individual and said that we wants to know the road that you took so we could take it too. Show us that so we can succeed too.
Yes. Sounds good.
And that leader in turn responded to him and said that I do not want followers who wants to go on the road that's already paved. I want followers who have enough nerve to go when there's no road and help me pave that road.
That sounds good.
So you have to do whatever it takes.
Okay. All right.
That makes sense? That's cool?
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about starting this business.
Yes.
The reason why that's important when we talk about starting a business, the government has given you the opportunity to form an organization that has its own identity, own social security number, which is a tax identification number, its own bylaws, which we consider is home training in our part, laws for humans. They have laws for corporations. Yes. They do this so you can separate the risk from your own personal. That's so you can take risk. That way, so you can formulate something where you can go ahead, take risk, hit the throttle, and go as hard as you can. That don't mean that you work just about as hard as you go work for an old master. I mean, the employer. Okay. That don't mean go to Amazon and go in and put a whole bunch of work in there and come home when you do your business, you just dream about it. They didn't give us these things to exercise and formulate so we could just sit down and think about it, dream about it, and then brag about it once we get our articles in corporations and EINs numbers. They didn't do it so we can have a whole bunch of flyers and stuff that make us look good. They did it so we can make some money.
Yes.
Create a legacy, do something powerful. And of course they did it so they can get some tax money, right? But in other words, you must succeed. You must succeed when you go this far. So when you put together your LLCs, all right, understand why you're putting together your LLCs, because some of the biggest problems we got with the LLCs is what?
Structuring it wrong.
Structuring it wrong. It's one of the easiest things. So a lot of you approach to putting together the LLC with the wrong mindset. Let me just take the easiest way of putting together some type of entity. So when you're putting together that LLC, keep the important things in mind, that you're doing it for asset protection. That means you don't want anybody to pierce the veil when you're taking on all this risk, all right? Somebody that can come in and sue you and take your house away from you and all your other personal assets, because in the beginning, you did this so you can make money and accumulate assets for your family.
Yes.
Second, it's so you can have perpetual existence. Design your corporations to where it's going to last when you are no longer here. All right? Creating that legacy. Creating a legacy not only means leaving it for your kids, but it's leaving a namesake out here, leaving something around to where when you do things and the things that you created and the name that you made for this corporation can exist for centuries.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And that goes along with the corporations as well. Understanding what those things are for. Understanding why you choose an S corporation over an LLC. Understanding why a C corporation. Understanding what a C corporation is. Understanding all the dynamics of a corporation, right? I got into a situation for the last couple of weeks where someone told me that the only way you can structure an LLC is a sole proprietorship.
Wow.
I'm not going to give any advice, but let's just call it what it is. A LLC is one of the most flexible entities that's out here. A LLC can operate as an S corporation. A LLC can operate as a sole proprietorship. A LLC can operate as a partnership. And a LLC can also operate as a C corporation. And it's a good vehicle for real estate. But for that individual, which is a tax professional, and like I say, and to the block members, be careful who you listen to. You listen to too many people, okay? You got to come back home and get the real knowledge again, get back to your base. But an LLC is flexible enough where you can be taxed in all of those situations, okay? Not giving advice, just giving you the dynamics of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You said we was gonna talk about some business. Let's talk about some business.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's we're gonna talk about business. I think one of the biggest distractions or biggest blocks in the black minority people starting businesses is fear and misunderstanding. It's fear and misunderstanding, and pretty much when they're coming to Blide, what's the most thing they say? It's like, I don't trust nobody. I think somebody's gonna take my business. I think somebody's gonna, do this, do that. And they're so busy worrying about somebody taking the business or copying the business or whatever, cheating the business or stealing. They don't even start the business. I have people come back, a year later, and I say, okay, did you get started? Where did we finish off at? Well, I'm still at the same spot. I'm here. I haven't got a board of directors yet. I'm like, it's been a year and a half. Like, who are you networking? Are you talking to people? Yeah. But everybody that I talk to, they just, I got that feeling that they gonna do something. So if you keep having fears and letting things distract you or preventing you from moving forward, you're not gonna never get anywhere in business, because it's just business. So you have to push forward. You have to trust somebody to get that business launched and up and rolling, make the money, protect the business, get some insurance policies on them, and some go down, you got insurance, it's like, and then bam, they gone. But don't let that distract you from starting the business. And don't let nobody belittle you, because you might not know a lot of things in business, but you learning. Everybody don't know everything. So a lot of people say, well, this person, belittled me or dogged me or made me feel bad, and I just, curled up into a little corner and cried, and I didn't start my business. That should make you go full force in your business, starting your business. Because now you're going to do something that they're not doing. You're learning the business. You're going out here networking. So people that desire to start businesses, start that business up. Do it this year. You don't know what's going to happen next year. Do it this year. At least your business is started. And you have a lot of people that's working and hate their job, but they go there because they get a steady paycheck and it's security. You know that when I go to work, I punch that time clock in and I'm going to get a check. Guess what? There's a whole bunch of places getting ready to lay off a whole bunch of people. So now you're going to be at home with no job, collecting unemployment, making half as much as you did if you was self-employed or working full-time. So if that's getting ready to happen, because the world is getting ready to change, hate to say it, but it's changed. They're downsizing. The commercial real estate market is getting ready to take a big hit because corporations are going out of business and they're not coming back. Start a self-employment, entrepreneurship, whatever you want to start at home. You can start from at home. I work from home, don't I?
Yep.
So I work from home, answering calls. I have a call center, work from home, and it's light maintenance. You don't have no big overhead, and you make as much money as you want. So if you have to start from home with your business, then do that. You don't have to have a luxurious building and somebody can see it. I want to show my family my office with my desk. Okay, you paying for it and you're not even generating any revenue coming out of it. So it's a waste of money just to show off or something. Mm-hmm. Be smarter now. So the time is changing now. It's time to be smarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's time to be smart. This right now, when there's so much turbulence, and I say this every week, when there's so much turbulence in the business market and the stock market, which is pretty much correlated very closely to each other, mm-hmm. This is the opportunity for you to make some moves. This is the opportunity for you to be empathetic to your surroundings, understanding what people need. When you get to complaining and seeing other people complaining about what they need and what hurts them, that is also the opportunity for you to provide a service, okay? Yes. Use your ingenuity. Be an engineer about yourself, okay? If you got to reinvent yourself. Back in the day when we had wars, we had companies that were building taco trucks. Ford was building cars. But when we had the war, they went on a short run and designed themselves to go ahead and build weapons. So this is the type of attitude that we have to have right now. We have to redesign ourselves to look at what are we dealing with. This may not be a civil war or a world war, but it's a war. Okay, we have some struggles and people have needs, and we need to be the engineers that we were born to be so we can take advantage of this opportunity and help ourselves.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yes. Makes
All
sense.
right. I'm going to give a shout out to my best friend. I always call him on the way here, and I ask him, I said, man, what you want me to talk about? Whether I already picked it out or not, I always say, man, what you want me to talk about? Because the reason why I ask him that, he don't know it, but he'll know it today, is that when him and I talk, he motivates me to work harder and do better. Even if I have a successful week, he still motivates me to go harder, do better. Okay? We go out, kahunas to the wall, every day. If we don't go out, we don't make no money. All right? And we're both successful business owners. We go out, we make money. My tenant goes out. If my tenant don't go out and do business for herself, she don't make money. That's how our sheep has to be, right?
Right.
Our followers have to be that. We are leaders, we're building leaders. Our leaders have to do the same thing. Okay? This message has to transcend through all of Blot, all of our viewers and all that. You have to go out and succeed at all means necessary.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Definitely right.
Okay. And I wanted to touch on one other point. I know we said this a couple of weeks ago how people think that, starting a business is all about the flash.
Yeah.
Okay. People, we can't operate off the surface. We got to go deep sometimes. Everything that look good don't mean it's good business. All right? And then everybody is not telling you their story. You see somebody riding in a Bentley don't mean you go do business with that person because you don't know their story. They could have leased it.
Yeah.
Okay? Know their backstory.
Could be renting it from rent a car place.
Yeah, it could have been anything from Marshall or whatever,
It could be stolen.
So you got to know their story, all right?
Yeah.
I got one individual, I'm not going to say his or her name, but have a Bentley and a couple other nice cars, okay? And then when people see that person, they say, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
I want to be like that. I want to make enough money where I can get that. Not knowing that person had that car and was making money off those cars. Get the real story. Get the real story. That person was making money off those cars.
Wow.
So if you want to get like that, learn their story, okay? And use the same ingenuity in your own situation. That person seen a need for people wanting to lease these Bentleys and these Jags for prom, videos, and all that stuff, and capitalized on it. Okay?
Wow. That's good.
So
I need to do that. I need to do that.
We need to do that. We can do that.
We need to do that.
But remember, I said we got to pave some roads too.
Yeah.
All right. I read an article. This was about Warren Buffett. He always talked about diversification. In this article, they talks about how Berkshire, which is his baby, right?
Right.
Berkshire is his baby that holds a whole bunch of investments. And if you don't know,
I think I heard that.
They hold Geico and Coca-Cola and all them other good ones, okay? But they also hold Apple. So now when they talk about Warren Buffett and his portfolio, there's not that much diversification because of the way the market is right now. He unloaded all the airlines, almost all the airlines, and Berkshire owns now $91 billion of Apple shares.
Wow.
All right. So when we start talking about that, we're not talking, when you start getting to that point where $91 billion of ownership inside of a company, that's like Blot owning $91 billion of some stock that's out there, right? You're not an investor anymore. You are the owner of that company.
Right.
So being a business owner is not just about going out here and hustling, okay? We saying by all means necessary, but it's also about being, strategic. So if you're buying stock, understand that you're a business owner, all right? We talking about the stock market out here, and the reason why I'm making this point is because a lot of you are doing cover calls. You're being real crafty. I got a lot of people that's that didn't call me about cover calls. I don't give advice on cover calls or anything like that. That's not being an owner. What you're doing is you're trading contracts. All right. So when you're doing the cover calls, that's a hustle. But when you start talking about adding equity into your business, and if you want to open up brokerage accounts and stuff like that and own some stocks that you think that's going to mature later, you thinking about owning stocks that's going to help out with this pandemic and the other crises that we got going on, those are buy and hold stocks that your company can own. And if you want to be like Warren Buffett, where he developed this corporation and put stocks in it, that's how he wound up being the owner of all these companies when people start talking about conglomerates and stuff like that. So understand that part right there. So a lot of you that's coming to me about the investments, we need to start talking about your corporation owning some investments.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. I need to own some investments too. Absolutely. Like, it's time to make a change, pretty much. The old way, you can see, is going out. The old style of doing business is getting ready to not exist anymore. Now is the time to start thinking about ways of creating new corporations. If you got to do via Zoom or whatever, then start the Zoom, at least get Zoom, and then start practicing in front of a mirror. Encourage yourself, push yourself more. If nobody encourages you, just encourage yourself to start a corporation. As a matter of fact, when you at home, pretend like you own the corporation at your house and run your kids around. They're your employees. So have those kids, start doing things, and then create entrepreneurs out the kids as well. Start teaching them the legacy of building wealth. Start teaching them how to start businesses. So everything is a training, a learning experience and training. So you have to start somewhere. You can't work for somebody just for forever, but you can. But eventually, you're going to look back and say, hey, I should have started this or I should have started that. So don't, look back and have regrets. Just try to do something. If it fails, okay, get back up and do another one. If that failed, keep getting back up and just keep starting over and over and over until one of them succeed. So I think I read that, was it Colonel Kenny King stole the recipe? I mean, I stole the recipe. Have a recipe for the chicken, and they kept turning them down for different entrepreneur businesses and things like that until he did the chicken, and he became successful at the age of 70 something. Yeah. So he started young, but he got old, became successful, but he still did it. So that's the thing, he did it. He completed the mission, he completed the journey, he completed the course and became successful, just like everyone else. So no one's different from anybody else. If you have the desire to start a corporation or you want to, then just do it, whether you fail or succeed.
And let's give them one more reason. Okay. Why? One more reason.
One more reason.
Why you do not need to just rely on the job.
Don't rely on the job.
Okay. This is a sad occasion right here. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer on this one, but I got to say this one. Real close friend of mine just passed away. He was in the music business. He worked as a correction officer. Wife and kids, died from COVID. Could have been a situation. An avoidable situation, working for his organization, which is the county jail, and made them aware that he had illnesses before, and they knew it. He had fought cancer before.
Oh, okay.
Just passed away, and they put him around some exposed areas, so he was infected, and just recently passed away. And another one from the same crowd has just now made me aware yesterday that he was infected. But the point that I'm drawing out is this here. Nobody is going to care for you like yourself. Nobody is going to care how you serve your people like yourself. Nobody's not going to care for your health like yourself, okay? Right now is the time for you to get your destiny inside your own control. If you tired of being around people that's going to direct you in places where it's going to be disastrous for you, unhealthy conditions, then now it's time for you to step up and take your own destiny in your own control. All right? Not just for your money, but on how you want to live, how you want to spend your time on this earth. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, so I wanted to say that to get that out there because that is a very good reason to start looking at starting your own business. And I wanted to say God bless that man's family. We talked about you all day. If anybody is aware of the situation and you have information about the services, you can put it in on this chat right here, okay, and let us know. And that person is Gregory Clark. God bless you, my man. Rest in peace.
Condolences to the family.
All right. What else we got?
I think that's it. That's enough. Ain't that enough?
Nah, here it is. Last. Now we're going to end right there. Hold on.
That's enough.
Hold on. We're going to end with the sad stuff, but here it is. Like I said, have your destiny in your own control and have fun. Have fun when you're doing this. Me and my Teta talked about this yesterday, and every time we do, and I'm going to be honest with you, everything that we did that brought in large numbers, we had fun doing it.
Yeah, we had fun.
We have fun doing it.
We
Everything that we
sometimes.
succeeded in, we have fun doing it. It was work putting it together, but we have fun doing it. All right? So when you start your business, always remember, design this thing as if you are the boss talking to your employee. All right? Because you both when this thing start off. So if you are already crying about you don't get enough vacation days at your job, when you start your business, block out them vacation days. Okay, put that in your business plan, your 90-day plan. Block out them vacation days.
Yeah.
Like Montana just made us go on vacation. She blocked out our vacation days. All right? She said, this is what we doing.
Yep.
All right?
And we did it.
Design your activity to have some fun. If you like talking, call KAZ Radio and say, look, I want to promote my business.
Right.
I like talking some stuff. Show me how to come on the radio station or put together my own podcast, and I'm going to get on there and talk some stuff to promote my business.
Right.
All right? Put yourself in a winning situation when you like to do something, you're able to do it, and get paid for it at the same time. All right?
And learn the business.
We talked about webcams yesterday. So we talked about different things that the public is going, the business arena is going to have to convert to doing this now. It's because you can't just go out and shake hands with everybody anymore. So we talked about, look, this might be a benefit. I'm excited in a weird kind of way about how things are. It's because now it evens the playing field, because we can be in Florida tomorrow talking to 1 million people based off of what we're dependent on today. When we used to talk to 30 people in one day, we could talk to 1 million now.
Yeah.
So just have fun and take advantage of what's going on right now. This ain't got to be a negative situation all the way around the board.
All right, this is far as budgeting. Invest in yourself. You take money. I heard like ladies, I gotta get my hair, my nails done. I gotta get this. I already know how much nails cost, and they get their feet and they get their feet and hands done, and that's about $100 because it's like maybe 40 for the feet, 70 for the hands. Just depends on what you're trying to get, and you getting your hair done. So if you can invest in somebody else's corporation to get your nails and hair done, and you still got to buy the hair. So that's a lot of money. So invest, take that money, look correctly maybe for a few months to a year, and throw that money in your business. It'll help out a whole lot. Just throw it in your business and watch your business grow.
Succeed by all means necessary. And we mean that. Succeed by all means necessary, because I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right. And I know the ladies, you like to get pampered, you like to look fly.
Yeah.
Okay. And some of them, you talk about me when I come out with the paint on my pants, my tan, like they call them spandex, but I'm making my money.
Yeah.
You know.
So just invest in yourself just a little bit. I'm not saying don't invest, but a little bit. But put the rest of the money into your business. All right. And we're gonna have to close out because we're running out of time. I know y'all want us to keep talking. I know, but come to Blot. If you wanted to hear us talk, come to Blot for the entrepreneur class, the business class training. That is our time this week, Wednesday. KAZ Radio TV. This is Blot Incorporated, building business leaders up tomorrow. Today, Montana here with
Vernon, Tyus. Peace.